What is up, my people? Hope everybody is doing well and okay. I have taken another walk. I mean, on the last video, you guys saw me on the pavement. I was literally on my ass. But this time, I'm on a bench. You might as well call this Manchester United bench thoughts. You know, Manchester United bench thoughts. That's what you might as well call it, Manchester United bench thoughts. Because I'm on a bench, and you know when you sit on a bench, you start channeling. Do you know what I'm saying? In front of me, I've got water. Old Trafford is over there somewhere. You can't see it now, but if I walk that way, you should be able to see Old Trafford. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, yeah? Ruben Amorim, my brother. The point is, you know, it's you just have got to win games. I am feeling like it's progressively getting to a point where Manchester United fans do not give a damn about performances anymore. We just want wins. I don't know if you guys are different. In the comment section, let me know. Do you want to see, style or entertainment and it's okay if we don't win. It's okay if long as the players or long as the people are enjoying what they see on the screen. But you know what? Let me tell you a secret. Let me get you in on a secret. And this is between me and you watching this video. The secret is, if we play amazing football all season but don't win, we get relegated. That's the secret. So we have to win. Yeah? Just win games. Now I know after the game, Planet Faz will sit there and Side TV and Rants and Banter, whoever, they might sit there, they might have opinions about how we won the game, or, different fans might have opinions on how we won the game. But you know what? It's the antiseptic cream that is needed. Mr. Amorim, we get you said we have to suffer, but there is antiseptic cream. Use the antiseptic cream. Use the numbing cream, bro. Use the numbing cream. At least numb the suffering a bit. Okay, I don't know, you guys see something, it will get better, but I know for a fact, one thing that is in common, that Manchester United fans are sick and tired of just not winning games. And the stats, I'm not going to bring them up because you all can bring up the stats. You all can bring up the numbers. There's Up to Joe and all of these other accounts with the numbers. And the numbers, they speak for themselves. The numbers, they do not help him by any means, of course. The numbers don't lie. But even without looking at the numbers, the feeling inside here, the feeling is very unsettling. And let me undress and unpack my good old, compadre, my good old mate, Diogo Dalot. The mistake was made. And did the mistake directly lead to a goal? I would somewhat disagree. Yeah, you can somewhat agree, totally agree, disagree, somewhat disagree, totally disagree, whatever, But I must say I somewhat disagree, because even after the mistake, situations happen. Now, I must keep the same energy and I must try and be unbiased as possible. It was poor. It was a very, very poor mistake. No, was it even a mistake? Or was it just a bad decision? Well, yeah, actually, which is a mistake, isn't it? Right. Well, bad decision, which ended up becoming a mistake, which then ended up costing. And what this should prove to Dalot is risk averse. Be more risk averse. Now, yes, El Capitano missed a penalty, and yes, the jury's out for him this season, but Dalot has to do better. And this is what I'm going to be honest with you about. My guy Diogo Dalot has to do better. His crosses are not good enough. His passing sometimes a bit off. Yeah, he progresses the ball sometimes well, but it's all a bit sometimes, and it's just sometimes it's not good enough. You have to perform at a high level consistently enough for your team to be better. And I'm not going to make silly excuses about look who he's playing with and this, that, the other, because these are the things people said about Bruno Fernandes. Look who he's playing with, get better players around him, teams have good players on the bench, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to make those excuses. Does a world-class right back elevate, or right wing back, should I say, elevate us? Of course, somewhat, yes. You know, Cunha's elevated us, Mbuemo's elevated us. Šeško hasn't really shown anything yet. He's still, you know, taking his time. He needs a bit more time to integrate into the team and the system and the way we play and what is required of him. Good players, they come in and make impact straight away. De Ligt did that. Mazraoui did that. Euro did that. You know, he got a nice flogging from Suleiman last season, but he's been absolutely brilliant. More has to be asked of Diogo Dalot, considering the amount of time he has spent in this club now. He is not traditionally a wing-back, neither is Amad Diallo. Making the two players fight for a position that is not their forte is going to cause friction. And I saw something earlier today. Someone said, you know, Amad fighting for a right wing-back position with Diogo is quite a bit unjust, and it's unfair, after especially giving him a new contract, and now you're making him fight for a almost somewhat of a defensive position. And I agree. I definitely agree. And asking your wing backs to invert in, it's not common practice. You know, you can ask your 10s, or if you're playing a 4-3-3, you can ask your two wider players to invert in, like Ten Hag used to do with Anthony or Marcus. But asking your wing backs to invert in, it's not common practice, and it creates some problem. The issue remains the midfield. Now, I go and give you a wing back. I go and give you Baleba or whoever you prefer, Wharton. And it definitely, you know, benefits the system quite a bit. It definitely enhances the system quite a bit. But the honest thought is, do you have any faith going forward? Has anything been done? How are we keeping the fan base engaged? How are we keeping the fan base, you know, on track with the vision? I understand where people say the manager needs, any manager needs some sort of stability. I mean, Marcus said that, you know, in his interview with Lineker and Micah, he said, you know, you want to build a foundation, you want to build stability, but it's never, you want to do a rebuild, but for a rebuild, you have to start, and the rebuild never starts, because the moment it starts, it goes upside down, and then people get uncomfortable. And this is why I come to the conclusion right now is I'm just biting the bullet and really and truly brace for impact. Brace for impact and get used to this suffering and pain. We just have to. Liverpool had to endure it for decades. Arsenal enduring it, you know, for a long time, and now they're in a position where They're regularly coming second. They're regularly, you know, trying to compete for the top spot, no matter how much I banter them. You know, let's see if Chelsea are in that position as well. But you must endure, man. And I think now it's just, I am done with the manager out movement, man. I don't have it in me. I'm sorry for the people that may look towards me or Saeed or whoever and think, you know, yeah, you know, these guys will speak out on the manager. We will. Make no mistake, we will. But I'm done with the manager out movement. I really feel like, you know what, let's actually just bite it out. Let's bite it out and let's get the car all the parts it needs, and then we look at the driver. If the car, the data for the car compared to the other teams is good enough, then we can look at the driver. We still have to address Diogo Dalot. We still have to address Bruno Fernandes. We still have to address the goalkeeping position. We may still have to address the striker position. You know, I'm seeing reports about Kobbie Mainoo maybe open to a bid in the last few days of the window. And when you look at things like that, it's concerning, because that is a part of the team that you do not want to lose, and you do not want to make feel like it's not important. Joshua Zirkzee, the same thing. I don't know why the manager, what the manager sees or what the manager actually doesn't see, to not be able to play them but play Harry Maguire to nick a goal. If it works out, you look like a genius. If it doesn't work out, you look like an absolute fool. But if you make the right decisions enough, I think people will start having faith, and that is where the biggest issues lie, is the manager is failing to make the right decisions enough. You can understand from the starting lineup straight away. People said, oh, he couldn't wait to take Amad Diallo off and put Diogo on. And I understand all of that. The thing is, a lot happened after Diogo lost the ball. You know, Bruno didn't mark his man correctly. Normally De Ligt or someone else would chew those balls up and clear those balls away, but we failed to defend. And not only that, we failed to score. I mean, Cunha had a chance that we failed. Maguire had a chance that was just off the mark. Moments do happen in games, and we're not clinical enough. And our threat seems to be the defenders in set pieces and the 210s in sporadic chances that they may, you know, fall on. And it's concerning. It is concerning. You see Chelsea bopping goals for fun, and these things, they add up, people. Goal difference adds up. In that mid 6 to 8 teams in the mid-table, edging into the 6th, 5th and 4th position, those goal differences add up massively. And if you look at the top half of the table, those teams are you know, they're getting the coins, man. Like Super Mario, they go in, jumping and getting all the coins that they can possibly get, and we're not. In the match, any match day, you can only collect 3 points, but the goals, that's up for grabs. Go and get as many goals as you can. Šeško, I see good things from him, but you know, you have to give him time before you make a full decision. I think he needs about 7 to 10 games in a United shirt for us to really have a say or some sort of a critical opinion on him. Do you know what I mean? But Dalot, I must say, he is poor. Very, 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 very poor. Yeah, he won the corner kick from a poor cross attempt, should I say, which then, you know, Mbeumo took the corner and it led to our goal. And you can't really credit him for that, because I'd be a hypocrite, really, if I'm sat here bantering you guys. I know I put it online on tweeting, and I'm rage baiting, saying, oh, Dalot won the cross. I'm scraping here. But the point is, we do not have faith, and the only way we can have any glimmer of faith is if we get wins. It's just win football, just win games, Now, it is against my agenda, because you guys know, you know, I am a big vocalist when it comes to Mason Mount, and not wanting Mason Mount in the football club and not seeing what benefits he adds to the team. But I must say, I feel like maybe, or just maybe, Mason Mount and Kobbie Mainoo may be the midfield duo that just helps. I feel like we just need to keep the ball further up the pitch and just be more confident with each other, be more trustworthy with each other on the ball. And the thing with Mason is he keeps it tidy. Now a two-man midfield doesn't help anyone. We need exceptionally fantastic players to have a two-man midfield, which we don't have. So I think a 3-5-2 makes sense if the manager wants to continue to play a 3 at the back and pack out the midfield with 3, where you can have a Casemiro, Mino, and Mount. But I don't know if the gaffer is going to do this. I really don't know, and it's only a matter of time and game weeks before the manager has to change his decisions and see how stubborn he is. How stubborn is he going to be? I don't know if you guys agree with the 3-5-2. Play Cunha and Mbeumo up top and pack it out with Mino, Mount, and Casemiro. I think that way, you know, we're eradicating the issue with Bruno. We're eradicating the issue with Dalot, because Ahmad can play on the right side. And yes, if he does invert in, it leaves at least one extra man in the middle to help protect if we are getting countered or in transition. But hey, who am I? What qualifications do I have? Word to my guy Musa, you know, am I qualified? It's just not working, and the suffering has to stop. Or better yet, like I say, the antiseptic has to be implemented, because Manchester United fans are suffering. We have some huge games coming up. Nobody can confidently say, Grimsby, can we get a decent victory? Yeah, you know, fair play. We have good enough players to get a win against Grimsby. There is no excuse. We're Manchester United, the bigger team, the one with the better players. So we should dispatch Grimsby. But we've seen in cup competitions, shit can hit the fan. And then after that, we've got Burnley, if I'm not mistaken, and then we got City away, and 2 tough games. You know, really and truly, every game is tough for us. Every single game is tough for us. So yeah, let's see with due time what happens. But I think I have come to a decision, or I'm sticking to my decision, is embrace for impact, and I'm not gonna be the manager out. I don't have it in me. I need to give 10-15 games to really see if this manager has got the right ability, the right characteristics to learn on the job. Can he learn on the job is the biggest question. Is he able to learn on the job? He looks frustrated on the sidelines. He looks frustrated with the passing, when 5-yard passes are being mistaken, when balls are given away, mistakes are made. And what is he going to do to rectify? That is how you know if he's able to learn on the job. With that being said, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you enjoyed the channel, make sure you subscribe for more videos. And you know what? Give me your thoughts as well. On the last video, I was on the pavement. Many people said it's homeless settings, and the young Manchester United Reds got involved with the video, so big up to them. And you know what? Right now, I think just hopefully we beat Grimsby, and then we can look forward to the next game after that, one game at a time, bro. But yeah, peace, love, and guidance. I'm out, people. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm going to check them out. I'm out, people. Love.